Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you the news you need to know. Sunday, October 6th, 12:30 a.m. Mountain Time 2019. Check out the models. And let's just pause them in here. By next weekend, we're talking record snow, North and South Dakota, covering the crops that will probably not be harvested. Northern Minnesota, Saida and Soda, and the Manitoba, Ontario line. Oh, it's looking fine. Himawari showing a cloud-penetrating eruption right there at Kamchatka, specifically Sheveluch, erupting to 38,000 feet over 7 miles moments ago. Keep calm, it's boom time. Fall began with 3 bizarre weather events: record snowfall, a heat wave, and a Cat 5 hurricane. That's the meridional flow and the grand solar minimum taking names. Cold air for fall so far will sweep into the south. Coldest air, holy macaroni. Plains in the Midwest in the week ahead, more first snows possible. And that is looking more and more likely. All the hot weather in the southeast is going to be wiped away in the days to come, as we predicted a week ago. A much different weather pattern will be in place.
I know a lot of you are over it when it comes to the heat, and Mother Nature is going to help you out with a couple of fronts. Now, we have the first one coming through early in the week, and then a secondary front, and they will bring some big changes. I want to point out Nashville, because you were in the upper 90s, almost 100 degrees just a few days ago. I want to point out Nashville, because you were in the upper 90s.
Holy crap.
Almost 100 degrees just a few days ago. Now on Monday, your high will be 63. A lot of other places cooling down as well. And then we've got this next front coming through. That'll be toward the end of the week, and that's going to bring that colder air into the plains and also the upper Midwest. Notice some of these highs in Minneapolis and Rapid City, only in the 30s as we go through colder air into the plains and also the upper Midwest. Notice some of these highs in Minneapolis and Rapid City, only in the 30s as we go through the week. Now, as we look at those morning lows, some of you only in the 20s, and when you combine those colder temperatures along with some moisture, what do you get? Some snowfalls. You can expect to see some of that later this week as well. Now, this will not be the first snow of the season for some of you. This is northwest South Dakota just a few days ago, so once again, you can expect to see some snow-covered roads.
Holy macaroni. Time to pack the ceremonial thing. First snow of the season in New England at Sunday River in Maine. It's insane. Hello. Can you say summer to winter? It's here. First snow of the season, dust parts of northern Minnesota. Saida and Soda with his thumbs up. He's going to tell us how it looks.
Thanks for watching your Star Tribune forecast.
All right, Duluth, happy Thursday. Meteorologist Todd Nelson with the look at your local forecast. And this morning, there will be snow across the far northern reaches of the Northland, and some may wake up to 1 to 3 inches, isolated 4-inch tallies, and then the rest of us will have mainly just rain. A cool rain today, no question, and then additional precipitation as we head into the weekend. So there goes the precip. Again, some morning snow farther inland, closer to the international border, and then we do dry out for the afternoon. Tomorrow looking a little bit better. We'll have a few peaks of sunshine, but again, as I mentioned, most of that snow will be found to the far north.
Peek it up. Shut the well. It's peeking in there. Montana Ag Network digging out after heavy September snow. The storm dumped 4 feet of snow in some areas, which is pretty scary. Now, people along Montana's Rocky Mountain front continue to dig out following last weekend's snowstorm that dumped as much as 4 feet of snow in some areas. We're able to get feed up to some of the cattle this afternoon, said Gene Curry, whose family ranch is near Valier. Had cattle up in summer pasture near Browning. We took a big front wheel assist tractor and blade process and hauled some hay up. The highway is bare, but that's the only thing bare. He says even with death losses expected, another negative effect for ranchers is lost performance. And that means that in this heavy snow where the cattle are just stuck there dying, they're losing weight. Instead of those calves gaining weight, now they should be just putting on pounds like crazy. They're losing weight here for a few days, and it's just never going to gain that back, said Curry. So it just compounds. You come in here with lighter calves, and they're worth less. And I said it. So Montana seeing huge losses, and the snow is not letting up. Kids, hello. Up to 4 feet predicted on the Manitoba-Ontario line, moving through the second week of October. Look at that. Next weekend should be epic, and we'll be reporting on heavy snows in North South Dakota, laying down the crops that they're probably racing to harvest now. Cold front moving from the Midwest to the east. A strong cold front is expected to progress from the Midwest and to the east to the south. Frost and freeze warnings up through some areas in northwest Kansas, east central Colorado, Goodland, and even southern Nebraska here. Freeze warnings in Maine. It's insane. Not really. We're going to winter, kids. Now that 4.8-inch hailstone from Bethune storm is now the biggest in Colorado history officially, crushing the record. And the record was even unofficial at 4.5 inches. So it's official. The large hailstone, which we predicted 2 years ago to be occurring throughout the country, now has officially made the record books in Bethune during a storm in August 13th of this year, 2019, the largest hailstone ever recorded in Colorado history. The stone measured 4.83 inches, 8.5 ounces, which would get you 10 to 30 in most states. Heads up. But, in fact, if that hit you in the head, you'd be dead. And that is tonight's first hail boom. Holy! GFS models showing heavy snow. Did you see Al Gore? Ho, ho, ho! I wish that hit him in the head. Decker fire dangerously close to Salida and gorgeous. Now, Alien Allen has just moved into the compound. He just retired after 25 years as a river guide. And now he is official security and the head, I don't even know. We don't even have a title for him. Jesus. The executive director of Three Canyons Permaculture Farm. But he just got out of Dodge because his whole neighborhood was on fire. Now, the out-of-control Decker fire has grown to over almost 6,000 acres as of now. I have the official data. It's the #1 fire priority in the U.S., and it's just 100 miles away. And it's gorgeous at night from Salida. But I'm sure it's boom time there. And it's going to be snowing, and shit's going to be on fire. Now, here's the Decker fire, now reported at almost 6,000 acres, 1.53 hours ago, updated. It's not contained at all. It's 5%. Now, here's where Alien Allen lives, used to live. That's where his mom still is. Canyon City, Salida, right here. Canyon City over here, Arkansas River moving up the valley. And you can see this fire is headed towards this city. Heads up. Heavy winds today not helping the game. And we're going to be keeping a close eye on this fire. Like a funeral pyre. Tropical turtle found cold stunned in British Columbia waters. And that has nothing to do with it. And apparently we lost the video. Here's the poor guy. The adult male turtle was hypothermic or cold stunned, said veterinarian Dr. Martina Haluan, who is now going to spend $10,000 to ship this turtle back to Hawaii. Because it is boom time. Another snow threat. Prairie's chance of snow next week as freezing temperatures flood in. Yeah, well, hell, heads up, Dauphin and Winnipeg. And they're not even getting to the blizzard happening on the Manitoba-Ontario line, which we're already covering. They should be embarrassed. That'll probably be out tomorrow. Worst monsoon season in 25 years has killed 1,600 in India. Cosmic ray flux is to blame.
More than 100 people are dead and thousands are homeless after several days of flooding in northeastern India. It has been 6 days of nearly continuous rain. There's waist-deep water on some streets. Homes have been destroyed. Schools and offices closed. In some areas, electricity has been limited to only 1 hour per day. Poor infrastructure and drainage contribute to this problem. Several days of flooding in northeastern India. It has been 6 days of nearly continuous rain. There's waist-deep water on some streets. Homes have been destroyed. Schools and offices
This is just not going to cooperate with
closed.
us.
In some areas, electricity has been limited to only 1 hour per day.
UK weather. Snow, frost, and very cold temperatures hit Britain this month, and forecasters say it could continue for most of winter. Totally devastating. Forecasters say we are due to get some snow this month, setting up for a winter expected to be colder than average. Exacta weather box forecaster James Madden warns of snow after snow this winter, kicking off with something wintry setting in as early as October, which would be way before winter. It's predicted we could see the first snowfall just in 10 days in some parts of Scotland. 10 days of what? It's anyone's guess. Now, UK weather forecast. We will block that schmite. Britain braced for its coldest winter in nearly 60 years. I really hope, I wish I could get the webcam up, but we've been blocked. And there's something going jiggy with it, so we can't even show you our blog. Brightest in the east, turning wet in the west, and jiggy everywhere else. Britain could be about to be battered by the coldest winter since 1963. The temperatures may start to plummet in a little over a week. Forecasters warn the weather is about to turn blustery, and people are smiling their asses off because they rely on Al Gore and his forecasts. So they're like, this is like amazing. It's like Republican cocaine, and it's going to be burning up in just a moment. And other people eat multiple cheesesteaks and they continue to gain weight. Well, they will be delicious in just a few years when we, eat the babies. Magnitude 3.5 earthquake felt across San Francisco Bay today. People shit their pants and they took some names. And then they cleaned it up and they got it all bleached out. But that's fine. Look at the shake map. It almost looks like an egg split down the middle in different colors. Here is the Ethiopian egg, and here is the more Mexican version of the egg. But no damage reported. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Earth is spreading. 5.0 Reykjanes Ridge. 5.1 in Shopton, 29 kilometers north-northwest of Papua New Guinea. Wow, Popo has been erupting spectacularly. Come over to Volcano YTG to check it out. And let's come look at the eruption happening moments ago in Himawari. Here, boom. And there's the plume. There's the boom plume in full color. And here you can see Sheveluch blasting through the cloud tops almost into the stratosphere. It could be a slight mix. But Sheveluch volcanic ash advisory, a possible eruption to 38,000 feet. which we have now multiple sources to confirm this, especially because it's pilots reporting it at flight level 370, which would be 37,000. Explosive activity continues. Volcanic Ash Advisory Center Tokyo warned of a volcanic ash plume that rose to 38,000 feet altitude or flight level 380 and is moving at 140 knots northeast, which is where we just saw it on the satellite. Confirmed. Massive Antarctic volcanic eruptions trigger abrupt, I'll accept the cookie, abrupt southern hemisphere climate changes near the end of the last ice age. New paper coming out, findings explain synchronous deglaciation that occurred at 17,700 years ago. A 15-meter pan-sharpened Landsat 8 image of the Mount Takei volcano rising more than 2,000 meters above the surrounding West Antarctic ice sheet. In Marybird Land, West Antarctica, is the area in question. And read the paper. It is fascinating. The information contained in here is absolutely fascinating. Trust me. So I'm going to leave you the links, and we're going to get on with the update. This is a whole video that I may do in the future. It's just that fascinating. But if you come over to the GISP-2 ice core data at 17,000, right here, 700 years ago, you can come and see what happens. Up here in the temperature proxy, there's a big boom down. And also in the snow accumulation, there's a drop-off. So there's this deglaciation effect that is caused by cooling followed by rapid warming. And this is way before the first Dryas here, and the second Dryas, and the middle Dryas, and the younger Dryas, which caused a massive extinction worldwide, by the way. Any questions, leave them below, because I'm sure a lot of people have questions. Plate tectonics runs deeper than we thought. Here's another amazing paper that I'm going to do a separate video on. But the plate tectonics idea has really evolved, and that's due to our type of thermographic imaging. And we now have some three-dimensional modeling showing like actually what happens to the Nazca plate here. This tiny little plate that's been completely eaten underground here. It seems to subduct below the transition zone and accumulate here in the upper mantle. And that's what causes like uplifts and others to happen continentally. So this is like a breakthrough information. And you can see here some of the deep west slabs and east slabs. This is some like ancient subduction from tens, hundreds of millions of years ago. So this is amazing breakthroughs in the fake notion that the plates are all floating on the surface. They're not. They're getting sucked under and rolled around, and there's these huge areas. It's just amazing where we're at. And the fact that they haven't added electricity to the geologic toolbox is beyond me. But please get schooled. If you're a geologic geek like I am, plate tectonics runs deeper than we ever thought. And it's awesome. I can't wait to that video I do. Border agents harass journalists at U.S. Customs again. I've honestly never had a human attempt to provoke me like this before, especially a prick with the Department of Human Suck My Dickus. Yeah, DHS. And how embarrassed are you? I'm never going to can fly again. I will literally sail a yacht to Antarctica with Rex Bear before I get on a plane. But I might have to fly to Easter Island. But I digress. But still, this intrusive body scanning and dental x-rays we have to go through for no apparent reason, while most of us know how to smuggle cannabis oil and weed in copious amounts, why these pricks think they're like saving the earth, and their dicks get so hard and they love to like feel you up and just they can suck it. I'm done. I can't wait till the empire ends and these people have no jobs. Hello. Hey, Matt Powers Permaculture, Soil Science, and Solutions Kickstarter is about to end. We barely have 3 days. I want to thank each and every one of you that supports this channel and Matt Powers for getting involved. And I'm getting a signed copy of his book and the ebook and the hard copy. And you should too. If you haven't gotten involved, do it now. Do a dab and learn how to survive and thrive in the future. That's all I have to say. Maybe we'll get him on right before the Kickstarter ends for a really cool final synopsis. We'll see. But there it is. That is 3 Canyons Permaculture Farm timber frame deck, observation deck, going in right now. It was erected today, and we'll have a video in the morning. Hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. Geology is evolving. Sea levels rose 400 feet 11,000 years ago. It's not catastrophic, kids. They're lying to you. Volcanoes have everything to do with it, and cosmic rays are to blame. And if you haven't harvested your crops in North Dakota, get on it. Dig. Thanks to all of our new one-time donors, our new Patreons. Thank you, each and every one of you that went over to see the pattern and subscribe to Gareth's channel. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because you're learning from some of the best. Be safe.